Do you want to change your dominant vibration to one of happiness, positivity, joy, love, excitement? If you do and you want to know exactly how you can do that really easily within 5 minutes, then keep watching. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Hetty, and on this channel we discuss all things positive, high vibe, and how to use the law of attraction to manifest the life of your dreams. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me just so you don't miss any more lovely, wonderful content like this. Now I'm going to get straight into today's video. I will first and foremost apologise for the background today. Not very aesthetically pleasing, I will admit. I'm in the middle of, I'm like in between houses, in the middle of moving house, and then moving furniture around in here. I've got the puppy, and it's just a little bit hectic at the moment, so yeah. Excuse background. I've just realised also I don't even have my earrings in. I've got like my second earrings in. I always think that looks a bit weird. That's just how it is. I literally just not getting much sleep or anything. So excuse me for that. But yeah, straight into today's video anyway. So today's video is all about how you can raise your vibration to a happier place so that 99% of the time you are feeling positive, excited, energized about life. Now, I do say 99% of the time because I do think that those lower vibrational emotions and a little bit more negative emotions are useful for us. They allow us to see the contrast as to what we don't want. So when we have those negative emotions, they allow us to see what we don't want, and then from that we can actually judge what we do want. If we only had positive feelings 100% of the time, then we would not actually know whether it was what we wanted or not, because we've never known the other side of what we don't want. So that's why I say 99%, but 99% is still so much better than nothing, right? So how do we actually raise our dominant vibration? Now, the law of attraction states that like attracts like. Everything works on a vibrational frequency basis. So although you cannot see it, if you might not even believe it, it is still working there all the time in the background. It is like gravity. Everything that we do gives off a certain vibrational energy, so especially every living thing has a different type of vibration depending on what mood. So you can have a higher vibrational frequency of love, joy, peace, enlightenment, that's around 400 to 500 hertz, and then you can go lower than that, obviously anger, sadness, fear, and that is a lower vibrational frequency. So everything around us then reacts and responds to that vibration. Now, we can't literally see the vibrational frequency, going out and about like this all the time. If we did, we wouldn't be able to see anything because everything would be filled with it. But it means that when you are in those sad, low energy, negative moods, you aren't giving off those vibes of negative emotions, and so anything and anyone you come into contact with or think about when you are feeling in that way, you will most likely have negative responses back, because like attracts like. So when you are putting those negative vibrational frequencies out, you are attracting those same vibrational frequencies back to you. If you think of it like a radio station, if you tune into 99.9 FM, then you are going to hear what is on that frequency that is broadcasting out to you on that same level. So imagine that as your emotions. Now, if you turn the dial, you can turn it up or down, change it to 100.1 FM, and that is a high vibrational frequency. And so you hear what's on that radio station. That is the best way to kind of understand it and put it into ways that we would we could understand, because sometimes when we can't see things, it is a little bit difficult to understand how they work. But everything in our universe works on the basis of vibration. So it is not even necessarily what you are always thinking about that is controlling your dominant feeling and your dominant experience in the world. Obviously, when we are feeling happier on those higher vibrational levels, any dreams, desires, anything like that that we want to manifest are more likely to come into our reality and more likely to play out in the way that we expect and in a positive and fun way. When we are feeling low vibe, when we are then thinking about our desires and dreams that we want, we often have a totally different spin and outlook on it, and we start to think it's never going to happen, it's not happened for me, why would it work for me, when's it going to come? We have doubts, fear, anxiety, because we're on a lower vibrational frequency. So it is all about choosing your dominant vibration. Now, you are totally in control of that. Whatever you might think, look, I'm not in control of my mood. Well, who else is? There is nobody else that is in your mind controlling you. You're the only one that actually knows all the time how you feel. No one else can tell you that. No one else can make you feel a certain way. You choose to feel those ways in reaction and responses to what is going on around you. So it's all about deciding what you want your dominant vibration to be. Now, you might be sitting there and thinking, okay, but how can I get my dominant vibration to be one of happiness, joy, love, peace, when everything that is going on around me at the moment, my job's not going very well, I'm not making much money, I don't live in my dream house, I'm not with my dream partner, I'm falling out with my friends, X, Y, and Z, I've not got my dream car, all these different things. How can I be in a dominant happiness frequency, and how can I do all this when just everything I'm seeing around me does not reflect that back to me? Now, first and foremost, your reality is a reflection of how you feel. So everything around you is just responding to your vibrational energy. And how you can actually start to change that is to focus on what makes you happy. So to actually manifest anything you want, you don't have to focus on that one thing. You've already decided and you've already asked for whatever it is. It could be a new house, it could be a new relationship. You've already asked for that, so you don't, in theory, ever need to think about that again. Now, you're obviously going to think about that again because we all do. We can't stop our thoughts. We have like 60 or 80,000 thoughts a day. Obviously, we're going to think about that again. But you don't need to expend energy and time consistently thinking about that, especially when you are in those low vibe negative emotions. All you need to do is focus on doing things and thinking about things that make you happy. Now, like I said, if you're in a situation at the moment where you feel like no major area of your life is positive and you're really struggling to be happy and to make yourself feel better, then focus on the small things. So it could just be something as small as eating your favorite food, watching your favorite TV show, calling a friend on the phone, having a good laugh, or going for a run, or petting your cat. Whatever it is, these little things, anything that you can do to raise your vibes is the best way to move forward into raising your dominant vibration. You don't have to do something massive and crazy. You don't have to start trying and forcing yourself to think positive thoughts. You only have to do the smallest of things to actually start raising your dominant vibration, and only focus your attention on those positive things. Now, you also might be thinking, but how do I focus my attention on these positive things when, I don't really have much of that? I still then have to sit at work and I still have to go through all these difficult conversations, and I hate my boss, and that's just constant all day. How do I get away from that? How do I be happy in those environments? Now, I totally understand that from first sight, it can seem like it's really difficult to feel positive and happy in situations that you feel are predominantly negative. But what you need to do is, when you have those situations, so I would recommend getting out a piece of paper, write down any area of your life that you don't feel satisfied with. It's negative, it's not fun for you, you're not enjoying it. So if it's your job, for example, write down, I'm unhappy in my job. Now, you can write the points exactly as to why you're unhappy in that area of your life. It could be, my boss is mean to me, I don't get on with my colleagues, I don't get paid enough, I don't enjoy the work I do. Whatever it is, you can go as granular as you want. And on the other side of the page, write what you would rather have instead. So write the opposite of that. So my boss is really lovely and nice to me, and I know that he actually does like me really. I know he's just going through a difficult time at the moment, and expand on those points. And you start yourself on this, what Abraham Hicks calls a focus wheel. So you start off with one point and you spiral yourself into a better feeling place about it. So you can start off on the point of, I don't get paid enough money, to I want to start getting paid enough money. That would be really lovely. I understand at the moment that I'm still working and progressing in my role. I can ask for a pay rise. I can feel better about this. I still have enough money to do this. And you see yourself getting on a spiral of the positive. And then when you're actually confronted with those situations, in this example in work, when you maybe get a bit of a difficult question from your boss, and you're feeling at first like your initial reaction is to be negative about it and to have a dominantly negative vibration around work, Instead, think and refer back to your focus wheel and say, okay, I remember what I wrote on the focus wheel. I'm going to try and turn this situation into a positive one as much as possible. And then once the situation is over, like I said, you don't need to think about it. Don't dwell on the negative. What is done is done. You might still not fully enjoy the conversations you have with your boss, but then go and pet your cat, go and eat your favorite chocolate bar, go for a quick walk around the block. Whatever it is that you feel like you need to do to raise your vibration in that moment, you do. You need to constantly be focusing on what makes you happy. Don't focus on what makes anyone else happy. Don't focus on that. And now that might sound selfish, but it is totally true. You are the only one that controls your vibration and your feelings and emotions. You need to focus on what it is that makes you happy. Like I said, it could be eating food, it could be chatting with someone you like, whatever it is. Focus on that and only see the positives in the situation. Only allow your mind to go to the positives, and as soon as you start catching yourself going on the negatives and starting to feel in a less dominantly positive vibration, then check yourself and say, hold on, what I think about is what I bring about. What we give our attention to is what we actually see back and reflects back to us. So instead, start thinking of the positive outcomes of that. What do you want? Don't think about what you don't want. Think about what you want and how you want the situation to change for you. And your vibration will become dominantly positive because it has no choice but to not. You cannot start being positive and start noticing the positives in your life without drawing them to you. I'm sure you've had those days where you've woke up in a really good mood, you have gone to the shop, you picked up a scratch card, like, do you know what, I'm just gonna do a scratch card. You've won a tenner on the scratch card. You've gone to work and someone has said, oh, I bought a free gift for you, you've done really amazing work. You drive home, everyone in traffic is letting you out, you're just driving really quick, fastest route you've ever taken home. When you start, it's no coincidence, but when you start to build upon those positives and only see the positives in the situations, that is what has to attract to you. It is the law. It is the law of the universe. There is nothing that cannot come to you when you are in those dominantly positive vibrations. You don't need to think about what you don't want, and you don't need to think about your desire ever. You never need to think about it again, because it will come to you when you are in that positively dominant vibration. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know and give me a like, just so I know you enjoy my content. And until next time, keep spreading the positive vibes and love, and I will see you soon. Mwah!